Hi. This is about how to get into those skinny jeans as a woman over 50. And I've been wondering and thinking about this because it's something that all my clients worry about. And so if you've been feeling like extra motivated to lose weight and get into your skinny jeans, but simultaneously wondering, how the hell do you do that when we're women and 50 and our estrogen's low and we're gaining weight around the belly? How are we supposed to lose that weight? And how the hell are we going to get into skinny jeans? Well, let me tell you how that can work for you. Because I used to weigh 225 pounds and I used to look at those clothes in my closet and I used to think, how the hell am I ever going to get into all these clothes? I should just throw them out. Don't you ever just feel like you just want to throw it all out and you're tired of saving it, and you've got skinny clothes, you've got medium clothes, size large clothes, the clothes you can fit in, the clothes you don't know if you're ever going to wear again. And there's some of those clothes are so beautiful you just don't want to toss them out. I have this beautiful red dress. Actually, it wasn't a dress. It was a tunic, but it was really long. And it's an extra large. And so it was fitted more for a woman who had a bigger breast than I do. And it kind of fit me around the chest, but it never fit me around my gut, around my stomach until a couple of years ago. And so when I finally lost the last 30 pounds of my weight to get down 100 pounds of weight loss, I could finally get into that shirt. But you know what? It was too big around my chest and it fit pretty good around my waist. So I just had it altered and it fit good. And then the following year, it was too big around my chest. And so I'm like, I just wore it loose. And then I just put it away because I finally wore that shirt and I really enjoyed it for 2 years. It was my Christmas shirt. It was a beautiful red shirt with Swarovski crystals. And I could wear that shirt. And I finally did. And you know what? I wore it out anyway. So it was done and I put it away. But every single one of my clients, this is what they want. And I'm sure you're the same because we all have the same feelings. We see those clothes in the closet and we can't get into them. Gosh darn it. And we just want to get into smaller clothes. We're tired of looking at ourselves overweight. Been there, done that. I understand that frustration. And that's why I stay on my holistic low carb diet, because I don't ever want to gain the weight back. I don't ever plan on gaining my weight back. I know exactly what I need to do to keep it off. And that's why I wanted to let you know that I've perfected my low carb method so that you could actually lose weight and get back into your skinny jeans as a woman over 50. Yes, you can. So let me tell you about the breakthroughs that my clients are getting. So a client that I've been working with for a couple of years, we've done a lot of mindset changes, and she loves Disneyland. And you know, when you go to Disneyland, if you're not on a diet, you're eating all the crap. You're eating all the food, you're walking around, you're eating here, you're eating there, you're looking forward to eating everything there. And so you get into a habit of thinking, this is what Disneyland is all about. It's about having all those different types of food and having fun eating fun food. Okay, so that can get to be a habit. So 2 years ago, my client went to Disneyland and she tried and she did the best she could, but she didn't quite make it all the way through. She did have some things that didn't feel good about herself. So we worked on that mindset. So the very next year, we were more prepared. She was more prepared. She was stronger and more empowered in losing the weight, and she wasn't going to gain any weight back. She was determined to keep the weight off. She'd been empowered working together with me. And this is her breakthrough. She just decided what she was going to eat before she went to Disneyland, so that when she went to Disneyland, she was going to eat a turkey leg. And that was what she was going to enjoy, and she wasn't going to worry about the rest of the stuff. She took what she wanted to eat. She had her MCT oil. She took her electrolyte packets. She had what she wanted to eat for where she was with her lifestyle. And you know what happened? This was her breakthrough. She said no to all the junk and ate what she wanted to eat. And, she might have felt a little deprived, but she made that decision. She felt empowered, and that's what she wanted to do because she had a bigger goal. Her goal is to lose 60 pounds, and she has a wedding in May, and she wants to go to that wedding slenderer. She got home after that week, and she got into her skinny jeans, so she was smaller. And so that's always so empowering, so exciting to know that you could get into your smaller clothes when you make the big decision to say no to something that used to taste good, used to make you feel good, but you don't want to eat it because it's going to make you feel bad in the long run, and it's not going to serve you, and you're not going to reach your goal. So She's had to take her wedding dress in 2 inches. Now, she is not in her 50s. She is 39. But the same thing can happen to anybody who really focuses on it. So let me skip to the next client who is in her 50s. And it's so exciting to know that she's lost 15 pounds in less than 2 months. And you know what? Sometimes we get hungry. I get hungry. But and so sometimes we feel a little lazy and we want to just eat what we remember and what we know is easy and would make us feel good. So when you switch to a low carb diet, you kind of have to focus on eating the foods that are going to make you feel good and that are within a parameter, a low carb parameter. So ancestral whole food based diet. So any of the foods within that parameter are okay to eat. And so all you have to do when you're feeling a little bit deprived, when you feel like, well, I really want to eat something else, but I have this goal to lose weight. I really want to lose the weight more than I want to eat that food. And so we have to tell ourselves that if you tell your brain what you are doing and why you are doing it, your brain will relax and accept it. So your brain is just trying to protect you. Your brain wants to make sure you are safe. And so if something feels hard and scary, you're going to try to take the easy way out and try to do the easy thing. And that's just saying, you know what, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to eat it. And so sometimes you just want to write things down, talk it out, have a coach that can walk you through it, and know that you can do this. And when you hang with like-minded people who are doing the same thing, you're going to be feeling more empowered. You're going to have a more bulletproof mindset. You're going to get radical accountability, and you're going to know what you need to do to get into those skinny jeans, because you're going to be able to say no to the foods that are having that siren call. It's sugar is a poison, and it is highly addictive, and so is wheat. It's so destructive in your body that you will always gain weight, have inflammation, and you've got the diseased process turned on in your body. That's what they do. And those are what the studies show. So what we want to do to be beautiful in our body, to get back into our skinny jeans, is make the decision to not eat the inflammatory foods that are causing a problem in our body, and make sure we're satiated in eating the right amount of protein so that we can say no. And guess what happened with my client's breakthrough? She felt empowered. She had a little bit of that, I just want to eat this, felt a little deprived. But she powered through that, because her goal is to get smaller, to lose the weight, and to get her life back and feel beautiful in her body. And that was more empowering to her than it was for a moment to eat something that would have offset her weight. And maybe she would have, sometimes when you eat something, even a bite of it, it's going to cause you to eat more, because your insulin switch will turn back on and you will crave more food and you will crave the bad foods. And so if you say no completely and don't even have a bite, it's easier to just open up a can of tuna, fry up 5 eggs, eat some hamburger, because those will fill you up, make your brain feel good, and you will feel more joy that you made a great decision. When your brain feels good and when you know you're doing what you need to do for yourself, that's empowering. And so the very next day, my client tries on a pair of her smaller pants, her skinny jeans, and she's got into them. So that's what can happen. And it does happen. When you lose the weight with my low carb method, you can get into your skinnier jeans. You can start going through the extra large clothes and toss them all out. Then you can go through the large clothes, bag them up, toss them all out. I recently revamped my closet. I did like a closet audit, and I went through and I took out everything. I even tried on my old dresses, tried them all on if they were too big around the chest or whatever, because I'm smaller around my chest than I am around my stomach. And so then I tossed those all out into the bag. I even pulled out a bra that used to be tight, and now it's too loose. I'm like, I don't want to wear it anymore. And even the one I have on is getting too loose, but I'm like, oh well, I'm not ready to go shopping yet because I'm not used to shopping. I've still been pulling things out of my closet. And so I bagged up the last of my large clothes and I put them in the garage. And the very next week I go to yoga, and my yoga instructor is giving me a bag of new, smaller clothes. And this is really cool because I've never been a good shopper. I've always been overweight. 225 pounds. You probably know how I feel. You go in and try something on. You have to look in those mirrors. God forbid you don't even want to look at yourself. And what if the clothes don't fit? It's just humiliating. It's just frustrating. You don't feel or look good, especially with those mirrors in the dressing rooms. And if you get lucky, something will fit. So if it fits, you buy it, because that's just what you do when you tend to be overweight. You're just not a good shopper. At least that is with me, because I'm more of an introvert and I didn't like shopping. And so for me, I would just shop at Costco. It was on the way home from work. I could stop off at Costco, get some clothes, pick up my food, and then go home. And so all the pants that I bought were always regulars. Well, when I got my clothes from my yoga instructor, they're all petites and they fit better than irregulars. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I almost feel like I've really got skinny jeans on. It's really cool. And I'm actually getting to the point that if I lose another 5 pounds, I could get down to a size 6 and I can really put on some skinny jeans. And so that's kind of a goal I have. As soon as I get out of winter and get more sunlight, I'm on it. But right now it's just like, okay, I just want another piece of sugar-free dark chocolate because it's just cold and windy outside and it keeps me a little bit more busy while I'm sitting here working. And so I understand exactly what you're feeling. And we really want to go on a weight loss plan. We want to figure out what's healthy to eat, but sometimes we just don't know what to do. And so we're always wondering, it's like, why do we want to even try? What if we fail? That's the biggest fear. If we were to actually start a new diet, are we going to fail? I've been there. I've tried all the diets. I mean, I'm 61 years old. You go through the low-fat craze. That's what you did. Women just starve themselves. They try not to eat. We know we do everything we can to not have to gain the weight, but sometimes we can't help it. We've got the obesity gene. We've got the diabetes gene. We are going to be, we're going to have weight gain because that's the way our bodies are designed. It is a human design. I guess, like, let me see how you could say it. We are designed, just like animals, to actually store fat for winter. So I was just listening to a podcast and he was talking about, as we get close to winter, our set point kind of goes up. We have a weight set point and that can change. And so even if you were to lose weight and you didn't move that set point, that's why you rebound your weight so fast. And with winter, that weight set point might go up. And so we're going to go up 5 pounds. So I've gone up 5 pounds for winter and I need to get my 5 pounds back off. But it's not eating fruit. That's not going to help. That will fatten me up. So I'm not going to be, so I had to give up the pomegranates because I was starting to gain weight. And so that was something that I noticed. And so I'm just going to be aware that that's why I weigh myself to see what's happening with my body. And I use the scale not to shame myself, but as a tool to see where I am. Like, what did I eat that I could have been sensitive to that might have caused water weight gain, that could have caused me to gain more weight. Like if I'm going to have keto pizza, I'm going to be up a pound or 2. And so I'm going to be aware of that. If I'm going to have a half-quarter cup of pomegranates, I'm going to be up a pound. I'm going to notice that. And so also if I'm eating foods that I'm sensitive to, then I'm going to have more of a problem. So like when I am eating chocolate chip, sugar-free keto chocolate chip cookies, it has butter in it. I'm sensitive to dairy. So I tend to overeat those because when I eat something sweet, I eat more. So I don't just eat one cookie. If you could eat just one cookie, all the good to you. I'm amazed, but because I usually eat 3 or 4 because when I eat something sweet, that just makes me want to eat more. And so I rather just normally just eat my beef and eggs and bacon and eat all of that up to my heart's content. And then I don't feel like eating anything sweet, and that works for me. So you can get into your skinny jeans and as a woman over 50, because all we have to do is really watch what we eat, lower our insulin response. And when you actually work with someone like me, I can help you activate all of this. So if you would like help to implement my low-carb method, I've perfected it so that you can actually collapse the time and get the results this year working with me so that we can get your weight down so you can start wearing the smaller clothes in your closet. How would it feel to actually do a closet audit? And start taking those clothes out of your closet, because you're never going to gain the weight back, because now you know what to do to get the weight loss off. You know what to do to get the weight off. And you don't ever have to wonder about it ever again. Because when you, as a woman over 50, even a man over 50, once you take the carbs out, lower your insulin response, your body will do what it's meant to do. Because that's an interference. That insulin, when turned on, glucose, going through, all carbs turn to glucose in your blood. And if it's too much in there, you're in a sugar burning mode and you're in a fat storage mode. So when you stop that process, flip your sugar switch and do a low carb diet, following my low carb method. It's a holistic low carb method. When you do that correctly, the weight will come off steadily, but sometimes it'll be faster and then it will slow down, because what you have to do is also change your set point. And so you also have to maintain your muscle as you're doing a low carb diet. You're not losing muscle and bone mass, you're maintaining it. So it could be 10 to 15 pounds in the first couple of months, then it's going to slow down a little bit and then pick up off and on as you dial in. With me, I help you dial in what your hidden healing opportunities are and your hidden weight loss blocks are, and I actually give you a personalized nutrition plan based on your food sensitivities with your what we find in your 6 diagnostic labs. So depending on all of that, we can actually fine tune what your personalized solutions are going to be so that you can get better weight loss, because we're going to rebuild your health and get your body back to beautiful so that you can get that Cinderella body back, just like I did, because I wanted to be beautiful. I didn't know how long it was going to take. I just knew I was going to do this because I wanted it. And so I just kept at it, and I loved reading, and I've read all the books more than once. And I study all the doctors who understand why we get fat, and all the scientists and all the science that goes into this. So I've done the reading for you. And so you don't have to wonder about what you need to do to be healthy. And you don't need to wonder about what you need to do to lose the weight, because my holistic low carb method has been perfected, and it's based along the functional diagnostic nutrition guidelines of DRESS, which is diet, rest, exercise, stress, and targeted supplementation, so that I could put your body back together like Humpty Dumpty, the best as we can together, because you have to do the work as well. I mean, you have to do the work, and I'm guiding you. And so when you get this dialed in, I will help you dial it in, implement this, so that you can get back into your skinny jeans. Do that clothes audit in your closet. Toss out those large clothes and get down to the clothes that you want to wear so that you can feel amazing in your body again. That's what every woman gets to do who joins my program. And it's amazing to see that happiness come back, and to see how empowered they feel. And then they get to the point where they said, I've got so much energy. I feel so much better. I was on my feet all day. I could go to the store. I could walk around after work and go to the store and do whatever I want. I have so much energy. And another client, I have felt better than I've ever felt in my whole life. In my whole life. And so when I hear these things, I know I'm on to something. And if it worked for me, and if it works for my clients, it's going to work for you too. Now, my clients were in action and they were ready to get into my program and have it implemented for them. Because you know what? It's really hard to actually do this on your own, because you have to focus on it daily. You have to become a biohacker. You have to do the reading. You have to do the studying. You have to live the lifestyle 100% to figure out exactly what you need to do. And if you're too busy, if you're busy at a job, you've got a job, you don't want to do all that extra work. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to struggle. That's what I'm here for. This is my mission. It's my pain to purpose to passion, to help guide women over 50, to make sure that you don't get diabetes, to make sure that you don't have Alzheimer's, to make sure that you're eating the right holistic diet, to keep disease from taking hold in your body. And while you're doing that, this is the bonus. Because you think you're just losing weight. The bonus is you get to rebuild your health. And the other bonus is our longevity. And you get to bring your beauty back. You get to feel beautiful in your body again. Because if you have extra weight around your neck, if you have it around your chest, around your breast, around your belly, that's visceral fat. It's inflammatory fat that's causing cardiovascular risk. And so to turn that off, we actually have to change and make shifts to the food we're eating. So let me tell you a really funny story. I just got back from the store. I went to Vaughn's. I haven't had bacon in a couple of weeks. I'm having like a bacon withdrawal. So I wanted some bacon. And I love the True Story bacon. So they were on sale. So I bought a 6-pack of bacon. Well, the lady in front of me had a 6-pack of 12 packs of soda. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, I bet they don't realize that it's the soda that's going to cause them heart disease, not my bacon. And they're probably thinking my bacon was going to make me sick. Well, it was a total oxymoron there, because my bacon won't make me have cardiovascular risk, but that soda pop will. And so these are some of the things that I'm always going to guide you towards. And you don't always know what you don't know. And I don't know what you need to know until I hear what you say sometimes. And so when my clients tell me more and give me more information, I'm able to say, hey, oh, did I not tell you that? Let's correct this. Let's course correct and get you on the right track. And, that's why cell phone contact is so important. And I give you radical accountability with cell phone contact for that accountability to check in, little bits here and there, especially on Mondays to see how your weekend went, because I don't want you to have to do this alone. And I know you don't want to be alone because it's not easy to lose weight in a way that is systematic and that is becoming shift upon action weekly as you build upon it. And as you're building upon this and making those shifts and creating new actions, you are creating new habits on top of old habits, making those food shifts, making those lifestyle shifts. But lo and behold, this is what happens. You've got a new lifestyle. You've become a new person. You become somebody who feels calm, less stressed, who's getting more sleep, who's got their health dialed in and knows exactly what they need to eat. And guess what? Your genes are fitting. Isn't that awesome? So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, because I was so inspired by my client that I was just like, this is so cool that you can go from feeling a little bit of deprivation to feeling empowered. And then the very next day getting your reward because your genes are fitting you, because you said, no, I don't want that temporary fix. I want to feel amazing in my body. And I'm going to choose to feel empowered and say no to the food and say yes to the skinny jeans. And those are the things that we need to focus on. So, hallelujah. Isn't it awesome? Yes, you can get into your skinny jeans as a woman over 50. Yes, you can lose weight and you don't have to think about it. I can help you implement your low-carb lifestyle, even if you're already making some of the diet shifts. Awesome. Keep at it. DIY this as much as you can. But if you want to go faster, if you want to pull in 6 diagnostic labs, if you want to get the exact information you need to uncover your hidden healing opportunities and get this to correct quickly this year, I'd like to collapse the time and find the results you need, or find the hidden healing opportunities on those weight loss blocks, and then dial it in. Figure out what you need to do. That's what I can help you implement so that your body gets healthier faster and sooner, and you know exactly what supplements to take and exactly what direction to take so that you can get healthy. Like my brother Mark has H. pylori, and 50% of the population does. It's not something to be embarrassed about. And you need to have a good immune system to not have H. pylori. It's a stomach bacteria. Well, we've been working on it because he's still my client, and he's been doing some supplements to kill it off, and then following it up with Matula tea. Took another test, it's almost gone. And they have a guarantee that if you buy Matula tea, they'll give you another box if you can show them the test that you still had some H. pylori. So he's got another box. He's ready to kick that H. pylori in the butt and get it out of his body. And so those are some of the targeted situations that you can do. And then another targeted situation that I am doing to help my health so that I can actually fine-tune the rest of my health, because it could be part of my inflammatory process that does keep me a little bit more overweight, is that I have a calcium shell, which I discovered in my HTMA. And what that means is I'm not absorbing my calcium. My aluminum is too high, my metals are too high, I'm dumping a lot of metal. And so I am doing a zeolite detox to get that aluminum out of my body. And then I'm always very focused on getting my salt. And I need salt and potassium to actually help me absorb my calcium. And so when you get your first 4 minerals balanced right in your body, and when you take an HTMA hair tissue mineral analysis test, you can see what's going on with your minerals and start to get them balanced. And since my aluminum has been too high, I needed to detoxify it. And so since I've been doing this, metal dumping for a couple of years now, my iron is just too high and there's too much oxidation. So what I did this week for myself, because I remember that I was talking to my other FDN friend and we were talking about my HTMA, and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot I need to get rid of my iron and that I wanted to give blood. So I scheduled a blood draw, and on Thursday I'm going to go give blood for the very first time in my life, because when I was younger I tried to give blood and they said my blood wasn't any good. So hopefully they take it this time. So I never actually got in the habit of giving blood. And I have AB blood, so I heard that's a very popular blood, that I should be giving that. So hopefully I'll make this a habit and get rid of that, get rid of some of the iron in my body. And when I do that with letting my blood out and managing my iron, it manages your copper. And so then copper becomes more bioavailable. So this is my plan. And so those are some of the things that you can do as a biohacker when you actually focus on holistic functional diagnostic health. And so that's what I do. And so, again, you can get into your skinny jeans. So stop wondering about what it is that you can do, and know that you can actually get into my low carb method for weight loss. As a woman over 50, start losing weight, start doing those closet audits, get rid of the big clothes, start wearing your skinny clothes. And then when you feel really good, then you can go shopping and buy what you want. Or you like having the mini rewards, buy something once a week as you're losing weight, because it's always good to celebrate weekly when you're having those wins, when you're seeing the scale go down. Those are what you want to do. And so you can do this. And if you want implementation, just DM me and I'll send you a link, or let's just chat and see what's going on. And let's get you losing weight so you can feel gorgeous in your body again. Talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.